Get money for it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to What You Need to Know. We're a little behind schedule. Sorry. All of our very timely people are very frustrated right now. That's
Yeah,
not the way they
everybody's
like a
working
professional
hard.
run.
They're working hard to make things work very well.
That's right. Look at you. Look at you. Absolutely. It is Monday, and welcome to Monday for a lot of folks, the beginning of the week. And for some of us, it's just like, what day is this? We're
Yes,
still
yes.
going through that as we are sheltered and quarantined and all that good stuff. The What You Need to Know newsletter is what we put together every week, every weekday, Monday through Friday. It comes in your email box. If you would like to be a part of our What You Need to
Subscribe.
Know,
Just
that's right.
subscribe right there.
That's right.
Just
Please
subscribe.
go to sybilwilkes.com and give us your email address as well as your name, and we'll have that in your email box every Monday through Friday morning, first thing. And it makes a wonderful gift.
It
Let me just
does.
tell you that
That's a
it
good
makes
gift. Yeah,
a
yeah. If you
gift
want
of
to give
knowledge.
somebody something, it's a gift. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Like
Look at
like a
you.
disease I know.
And speaking of a disease, hello, J. Anthony Brown.
What up, Sybil? What's going
How,
on with you?
how are you?
I'm doing good. I've been watching the RNC. It's an
Uh
R.
huh. Yeah, the
Just
Republican
you
National
got to watch. The Godfather says, "Keep your enemies close and your friends." Whatever he said, but you got to watch what they're doing so you know what's going on over there. And it's
Right.
basically nothing. It's the Trump show, which is okay, but it's what it is. It's the Trump show.
It is the
It
Trump
is. Yeah,
survey,
it's a
and
Trump
it's
show.
keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
It's what
And
he said. He did say
he
that.
this guy doesn't seem to understand that though.
Well, if you've ever been to a comedy club, and I know you have,
Mhm.
there's a reason that the headliner comes out last. It's because it's a big buildup. But
Yeah,
this headliner wants to be on. He
all the
wants
time.
he wants to come out every night. He wants to he wants to be
He
on
doesn't.
every.
He doesn't. He doesn't want the
Yeah,
anticipation
there's
to
no
build.
buildup.
Yeah.
And at some point everybody's gonna go, I'm sick of his ass. And we're sick of his ass before the big buildup. And they have no platform other than the stuff they were using last year. There's no
Hmm.
plan. So this is
Right.
what you're gonna get if you vote for Trump. 4 more years of the same shit that you got this year. So
Yeah.
there's no plan. They have no plan.
And
And
they're okay with it.
oh yeah, they're
That
fine.
they
They're
said
fine.
that today. They
They're
said
fine.
we don't
They're
have
fine.
a new platform for 2020. What we have is the platform that Donald Trump gave us in 2016, and we're good with it.
They
And
also don't have they don't have a plan for police brutality. They don't
right,
have a plan for voting rights. They don't have a plan for the coronavirus. They don't have a plan for taxation. They don't have a plan for how to get kids back in school. They don't have a plan. So that's what it is. It is what it is. Right?
and exactly as he said. But Jay, the really interesting thing is all of the stuff that just came out last week, just
Wow.
against him. There was, first of all, there was, and I'll save the best for last because I know that this is something that's near and dear to your heart. The first thing was the leaking of an audio tape from 2017 in which Donald Trump met with members of a minority organization called Drum Major Initiative. And that was originally Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the
Was one
original
of the people
founders.
at the meeting, right? Right.
No, Martin III was one
The
of the
third
people
one,
at
yeah,
the
was
meeting.
there, right?
Yeah. And so he was talking about Black folks at the during the 2016, and that they really liked him, but they couldn't vote for him, and that was okay because that was just as good as not voting for Hillary and not going out and voting. And he said many
But you
Black
know
people go
what?
out to vote for Hillary because they liked me. That was almost as good as getting the vote, and it was great.
The scary part about that, Sybil, is he's absolutely right. He is
Yeah.
absolutely right because black folks did not vote for him. It was actually a vote for him, which helped put him in office. We sat home and didn't go because we thought Hillary had it in the bag.
Right.
Not only black people, a lot of white people did the same thing. I don't expect that to happen this time. There's so many people on both sides of the aisle that are completely fed up with Donald Trump's shenanigan, just him as an insignificant leader that people are going to go to the polls in droves and vote. But the tricky part is he's going to do everything he can do to make sure our votes don't count.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing it now.
Well, he said that the Democrats are taking coronavirus and making it their own in order to defeat him at the polls. It's like, what are you talking about?
Well, when you have this ability to say anything and you say anything,
and nobody
a group
calls
of people,
you on it,
and a group of people will believe it, you just say anything, and that's his platform, is to say anything. Now he came out today with this little plasma cure that's supposed to be the end all
convalescent
plasma that's going to be the end all to heal people, and it is not.
And the doctors are going, no, it's not. No, sorry. Not going to happen the way that you want people to believe that it is.
No cigar.
Sorry. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Last week, his good buddy, the architect of his campaign in 2016, Steve Bannon, was arrested on a gazillion-dollar yacht out in the middle of the ocean, and they were like, "Okay, we'll come out there and get you." And it was
so cool, to see the guy of many shirts get locked.
He does wear multiple shirts. It's very impressive.
The guy of many shirts get locked up, and and him to say that it's no big deal. It's fraud. It's fraud. The Build the Wall campaign is a fraud. And why are you taking up money? Like everybody's been doing the same joke, but they're right. Why are you taking up money to build a wall when we thought Mexico was supposed to build a wall? I mean,
right. That's what he told us. And we're not even going to pay for it. Mexico's going to pay for it.
Yes. And then to sit on a yacht and say this is money he stole from the Build the Wall Foundation sitting there. What a dumbass,
$1 million, Jay.
$1 million.
Money. And the veteran that worked with him on this, he's like a triple amputee or something.
Yes.
He got $350,000 out of it.
He's going to jail, and here it comes, Sybil. He's going to jail. Brace yourself. He's going. He don't have a leg to stand on. I mean, come on, Sybil, it's right there.
Bing, bada bing, bada bing.
That was, you know what? I just made that up too. I didn't have that before the show. Oh, that was good.
You didn't have that written down?
No, I didn't have that written down. As George Burns says, the best ad libs are written down. So that was a good one. Thank you. But right. He doesn't, and that's like the 8th person that's associated with Donald Trump that has gone to jail, and his slogan was, "We're going to drain the swamp."
Right.
Yeah. They're going to be drained from the swamp, and their asses are all going to go to jail. Now, you might have to pardon them, but they're going to jail. They're all going to go to jail. Everybody that's associated with him, ends up in jail.
In trouble again. And finally linking him to a Russian agent. All this time they've been talking about the Ukraine, and that's why they were trying to bring in Hunter Biden and make those connections, everything. And this was a bipartisan committee in the Senate, and they have found a way, and they're still working on it, but they're working on a way to connect Paul Manafort and him being the link with the Russian agent and the hacking of the Democrat emails. In 2000.
You're talking about the lady with I can't pronounce her name. I like to refer to her as the fine Russian,
Or you used to say that big ass, a big tall.
Yeah, the big tall fine Russian, right.
Yeah. So now it's over a half dozen men who have been a part of the Trump campaign who have been charged and in some cases have been indicted on these charges and imprisoned for their connection to Donald Trump.
Well, the New York prosecutor is really after Trump for his inflation of his property.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. That's one of the reasons why Donald Trump really wants to stay in the White House. It has nothing to do with helping a lot of people. He
Right,
knows
right.
the longer his ass stays in the White House, he's safe. This is like, like when you're a kid, I'm safe and you can't tag me out. He
Right.
knows he's safe. And the minute he comes out, and Biden has already said that he would prosecute him to the fullest if he's guilty of anything.
Yeah.
And that's just something for him to think about. He's got something, when you lose a court case against your mistress and you got to pay her in fact, I have a song for
Okay.
that I'm
Okay.
going to sing at the end of the show. I'm going to sing it
All right.
and we'll save it to the end. But when you lose a case like that and you're trying to call, Hunter Biden for being, not the loyal person, that just doesn't set right with your campaign at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you already got your wife now holding your hand, and she's like, now you got to pay your hoe. That's.
Oh my gosh. Well, I expect Hunter Biden to be the most named Biden this week.
Yes.
At the RNC, the Republican National Convention. Now, are you surprised? I guess not. Surprised is not the word. But is it concerning to you that those Republicans are there in Charlotte? Hundreds of them are in place?
Because what Trump needs, what he needs is people to rah-rah him on and to, he needs that. You notice he has more vigor right now as he's speaking as opposed to when he's speaking in the garden and most of the people are against him or not susceptible to his BS. These are his people. This is his this is his audience. This is his base. He needs that to make himself feel good. So no, I'm not surprised at all. I'm just surprised that they can't, like you used to say, too bad you can't get any good people, and they can't. There's no there's almost nobody that you know of that's
Who's
on this
there?
stage that it's a who the hell is of the who the hell is. That's basically what it is. When you look at what's the last Trump daughter, what is her name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. When you get Tiffany to speak, that means nobody has ever asked Tiffany to do shit. Nothing in the whole
And when they asked her, Jay, she turned around.
Yeah,
she's
right. She's like, me? She's like, me?
She's a really smart young woman from what I can tell. And there's a lot of conversation about all of the adult children being asked to speak. It'll be interesting to see. John Jr. is speaking tonight.
Yes. You know who I really feel bad for? I really feel bad for it. And it's, first of all, the black lady, what's her name, that's constantly speaking for, is it Candace?
Yes.
Didn't ask her to speak. But the real big shocker is Diamond and Silk are sitting their asses at home. I mean,
but you know who is speaking tonight?
Ooh.
And that is your U.S. Senator Tim Scott.
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott is speaking tonight.
Tim Cotton Picking Scott. Tim Scott is a Negro they send out to hand the other Negroes bullshit.
You are so funny.
Yeah, you gotta love Tim Scott, man. He's from my home state, so whatever.
That's right.
Tim.
That's right. And when Jamie Harrison wins, you guys are going to make history.
Yeah, I sure hope he wins. It's looking really good. He's doing really well in the polls. He's raising money. Anytime Lindsey Graham's puts down Donald Trump's golf bag from caddying and takes his monkey ass home, it's getting real nervous, man, for him. Because he's always thought he had this in the bag. But I look for a lot of people to really skyrocket out of South Carolina. I mean, I look for Nikki Haley to be a force to be reckoned with in the next couple of years. Tim Scott and Jamie Harrison, all of these people.
So I don't know how bright the Republicans are, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking after Kamala Harris was named as the running mate for Joe Biden, and her mother is from India. I was wondering if anybody was talking because they've always been talking about getting Pence off the ticket. And if anybody was talking to Nikki Haley, having that conversation with her again about as a woman whose family comes from India, and then you'd have that Kamala and
Well,
Kamala and Nikki Haley conversation at the with,
that would be a good one thing. I know I've never met the lady Nikki Haley. She's very, very smart, which is one of the
she's the
reasons she
governor of South
former
Carolina.
governor of South Carolina, who brilliantly moved the flag from in front of the Capitol to the back of the Capitol. Oh yeah, that clears up racism. I'm doing air quotes. That clears shit up. Yeah, it ain't in the front; it's in the back. But Nikki Haley is one who's kind of dips her foot in the water, not too close to Trump, but not too far, so that she can have a foothold. And I don't think, hanging on this ticket, which Trump may or may not lose, really would show good for her to, connect to this wagon right now. Just wait it out, because she has the time. She's young. Let's wait it out and see what happens, and maybe she can run next year. But I don't see her jumping on this loser train right now. And who knows, Trump could win. We all know that. But Nikki Haley is not going to, I don't think she's going to jump on board right now. But I tell you, Pence is nervous. He really is nervous. Yeah.
He should be, whether they're going to let him keep his little job, or whether Kamala Harris is going to come out.
You notice his hair has gotten whiter.
Taylor.
I know. But
crazy.
I was listening to another radio show the other day and said that Pence is really a good debater. So, it's going to be good. In fact, they said he's a master debater. So we'll see. What?
Go ahead. I'm listening. You're so stupid.
But there is some stuff that he is a real good debater. So it'd be very interesting to see him going up against Kamala.
Yeah, but you know what? The way that
he's never debated a woman. You're right. Yeah.
Just because he won't be in the same place with them without his wife being there.
Right. Yeah.
He has that rule. So the last thing I wanted to talk about when we're talking about the things that leading up that have been revealed this past week, leading up to the Republican convention, and this is from the recordings provided to the Washington Post. They came out Saturday night, and in the recording, Donald Trump's sister, Marianne Trump Berry, is heard calling him a whole bunch of GDs and you know what. His GD tweet and the line, "Oh my God," she said in one of the recordings, "I'm talking too freely, but the change of stories, the lack of preparation, the lying." And she was secretly recorded by her niece, your friend.
Who wrote the book, right?
Yeah. The book is Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. And the recordings are observations that are not in the book. This is extra. And so she secretly recorded 15 hours of face-to-face conversation with her aunt about the president and his upbringing.
Which is so cool, because in the state of, in New York, it's not illegal if one party knows that, like if I know I'm recording, isn't that great though? But Trump doesn't have a great association with his brother, the brother that passed. This is the guy, like we talked about last week, who he went to his brother, who probably was on his deathbed, to sue his niece to stop writing a book. And then at the end, when he passes away, he makes like they're so close. I don't recall this brother ever going to the White House, other than the fact that when he was dead, I mean, I never seen him.
Yeah, there. And they had the funeral there for him.
Yeah, and they had the funeral there. So, he hasn't had a close relationship. He definitely didn't have a close relationship with Mary Trump's, his niece, father. He did not have a close relationship with him. Fred Jr., right, yeah.
So she's a piece of work. And she said, "You say one more time and I will level you." She told her younger brother at the time, "Where would you be without me?" he asked her. And she said she was angry when he was trying to take credit for her accomplishments as a judge. And she was appointed by Ronald Reagan.
She's a piece of work. Yeah, she's the kind of elderly lady that you definitely don't want your ball to end up in her yard.
Not in my yard, right?
Yeah, she'll come out and get it and take it out.
Watch this.
Well,
Yeah.
right, yes.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't read the book. Well, I listened to the book, and the Trumps never had a close association with Donald because of the father. The
Mhm.
father made sure that Donald, who was not the oldest brother,
Right.
was the one that propelled. And they said one of the reasons because Donald was most like the father. He
That's
was
right.
conniving, liar. Didn't have any feelings for anybody but himself, and that was most likely what the father was, and
Yeah.
he liked that, and that's why Donald Trump is who he is today. Somebody was talking on the radio that he has not once taken out any time to talk to the 150,000 people that have passed away, or
Right.
sent his condolences to the
Not a
families out
one.
there. And it's not just 150 dead. It's 150 lives 150,000 lives that are touched. Uncles, aunts, nieces, whose lives has been upturned by, Donald Trump, and he's never said a word about it. I don't think they're going to say anything about the dead at the convention. I just don't
I,
believe that's
I,
going to
I
happen.
I don't think well, just like I said, he's accusing the Democrats of using the coronavirus and the dead people to co-opt the election and to steal it from him. Which is just utter nonsense, that you would ever have that thought in your head. But like you said, and it's 180,000 people, Jay, who are dead. Not to mention almost 6 million people have had the coronavirus, cases of coronavirus,
Right.
right? And so by election day, just imagine we're talking like 200,000 people.
Maybe 225,000
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Donald Trump is taking the way he reacts and the way he governs himself from Hitler. He's taking it from Hitler. He's Hitler's. It's the press. It's the
hmm,
enemy. People who don't
yeah,
look like us. Only I can save you. It's Hitler's playbook. But what's so weird is Hitler took his playbook from the way black people were treated in this
yeah,
country. They
yeah.
were they said, well, if they're doing blacks like that, we can do that to the Jews.
We can do the
So
Jews. Yeah.
we can do it to the Jews. And Donald Trump is he has no empathy for nobody but himself. And people are following
in,
him
in
right
lockstep. Yeah,
to the
yeah,
end.
yeah, right over the edge.
Right.
Um, so, have you watched Postmaster DeJoy?
Oh, you know,
He was
Sybil, when you're the postmaster general, when you're the postmaster general, and you don't have any idea how much a
a
postcard,
postcard.
you
How much?
have no you have no idea how much a
How much?
postcard
Yeah,
costs.
yeah.
That means you have not delivered. What? Did he say that?
We got to get a sound effect. We got to get
We got to get a pumpkin. But you know what? It's a Trump guy who gave a lot of money and got a job. He
Mhm.
gave a lot of money and he got a job, and it's obvious what he's trying to do is destroy the postal service and make sure it's privatized by either UPS, FedEx, DLH, or what's the other one?
UPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, and I don't know what the fourth one is. But I
Amazon, maybe Amazon, yeah, but
okay. Oh
Amazon.
yeah,
So and that he bought stock in all of these companies so
yeah.
that they can. I'm going to be the first to tell you and the first to
Mhm.
say the postal service. We need the postal service. We really do because in a lot
All
of
joking aside,
yeah, in a lot of rural areas they don't have
right?
the quote unquote nice air conditioned postal boxes. But the Postal Service has been bad for years, Sybil. It really has. It has been bad. Not only has it been bad, the service has been bad.
I
Very
am
bad.
going to stand over here.
No, you know, you
Or
look. Don't get me wrong. I go to the post office.
uh-huh.
I send packages out. But when you go into a private postal service as opposed to the post office, you automatically see the difference. You see the difference. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? There's nobody in the back, but we need the post office. We really do need the post office for the people who are getting their medicine and their checks and stuff like that, because there's no other way to get this service delivered.
That's
There's
right.
no other way to get it done, right?
So Jay, in the committee meeting today, the House meeting today, he's sitting up there and he's saying that all of the mail sorting machines and the mailboxes that they have taken the mailboxes off the corners, the mail sorting machines that they're going to, and he said that was somebody else that decided to do that, and that was
Oh no,
before.
who did it?
And so they said, well, will you replace them? And he said, no. And the next question to ask is, why not? I did not hear that. And I don't want to be the 3-year-old in the room saying, why? But why would you not?
He said that the mail sorting machines, which can sort mail faster than the average person
in a day,
incredible speed, are not needed. Not only are they not needed, we're not going to give out any overtime, so they're taking up space. Yes, you need that space once you take those machines out for the undelivered mail, you dumbass. Yes, that's where else you're going to put him, right?
Right. If all the mail isn't sorted by the time the post office the postal people are supposed to go out and make their deliveries, they go out anyway.
They go out anyway, right?
They go out anyway, empty. The carts are empty. The trucks are empty. All of them are empty, and they just drive.
They just drive around. This is the guy, because he was a fulfillment expert. Trump figures that that's the connection that he could have with running the post office.
Yeah.
Not hiring within, not elevating anybody within the postal service. No, let me go out and get a guy who gave me a lot of money and make him in charge of the postal service.
That's what they do with ambassadors. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. But when you're talking about a service that the country needs every day, that's and you're using it as a way to bring about your reelection victory. It just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry.
And then you're gonna cry foul when you don't win, which is
because then it's gonna be close. Yeah.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Trump, and Trump knows this. Trump knows it. Kellyanne Conway knows it. Kellyanne Conway daughter knows it. Her husband knows. They all know. And I would, normally I've seen was it To Kill a Mockingbird? So in the movie To Kill a Mockingbird, you just don't feel sorry for a white woman,
Right.
You don't. So, but you got to feel sorry for her because she has ridden the Trump train for the longest, and she gotta know. She's a smart lady. She's gotta know that this guy does not know what the hell he's doing. She knows that deep down in her soul that he's a stupid idiot. She knows that, but she keeps on, Trump's this and Trump's that, and to have her family members go, he's an idiot. Her 15-year-old daughter can see it. Why can't you? I get that she needs the money. I get that. He's
loaded. Her husband is a big time attorney in DC in private practice. And she was a big time pollster.
Yes, she was.
Job. I don't think they're hurting for money. I really don't. But she knows when to jump off, and this is it. This is it.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that and paid good money for it too. So gotta know when to jump off.
Okay. and hence the name. Yeah. So as we were talking about the numbers for coronavirus, we're like 180,000 deaths from this. Yesterday, Donald Trump called a press conference and said, about the convalescent plasma being used, and people are still not on board with that. Last week, it was the MyPillow guy who convinced him to use this chemical. In
Have you heard what Jim Baker said? Have you heard Jim Baker's quote?
No.
Jim Baker said, the color, I wish I could find it. The color of Donald Trump's skin means that the Holy Spirit is flowing through him, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then Oral Roberts has to step down because,
Oh no, Falwell Jr.
well, yeah, oh yeah, Pharrell Jr. because him and his wife are banging the pool guy.
Pool guy, Jay. And the pool guy then was holding this against him so that they would invest in his business.
Look,
I gotta tell you, the pool guy is pretty cute.
Look. Let me just say this, Sybil. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with a threesome or foursome or fivesome.
Is that
How
right?
many sums you can get? But you can't preach and do that. You just can't. You can't be the preacher and do a threesome. You're gonna lose your job. And the pool guy.
Well, you know, those PKs, they have a really difficult time trying to maintain that image. So, but it's so funny. First, it was, you know, came out that he was heartbroken because he had just gone off the deep end because his wife was having an affair with a pool guy. Reuters comes out and says, excuse us, you were just a part of this as the cuckolded husband.
Yes.
You were in their plan and you were watching them. And then, you know, there might have been some things going on with all of yous. And so he has to.
So the thing is this, if your wife is screwing the pool guy, do you still have to pay the pool guy for cleaning out the pool?
Oh, he's saying all right.
That had nothing to do with what that what you did up in the bedroom had nothing to do with you cleaning out that damn pool.
But just wait till she brings him over to the church for the baptismal.
No, but in all seriousness, Sybil, they're just such hypocrites.
Oh,
they really are such hypocrites, you know. I mean, like the pillow guy said, his crack guy, the pillow guy, it's just when you want to take one of them pillows and smother the shit out of him. Just put it on. The pillow guy says his crack guy told other crack people not to sell him any crack anymore. That is the biggest bunch of bull. Crack guys who sell crack got plenty of customers. They don't.
Come on, seriously? Oh my God!
But you know something's wrong with this guy where he wears his cross outside of his shirt, and so that so you can see that he's holier than thou.
Yeah, right. The My Pillow guy.
The My Pillow guy.
Oh, God. Jay, was your sister a Girl Scout or were you?
I saw this. Yes, I was a brownie. What did I tell you about the first rule of empire? Do not fight what comes your way. But let me just say this, Sybil. In terms of the Boy Scout, I have a lawsuit against the Boy Scouts. Not because I was molested or anything like that. And that's a serious subject. But when I was a Boy Scout, I only had a shirt, Sybil. My mom, we go to JCPenney's because JCPenney sold all the Boy Scout stuff, the hat,
right.
the handkerchief, the little thing, all the patches, the pants, the shoes. She said, "I'm getting you a shirt, and that's it." But you gotta have it. Well, we're not getting it. We're not getting it. So, I went to the Boy Scout meeting. I had no hat. I didn't have the scarf. The shirt was open because I didn't have the scarf. I didn't have the pants or the Boy Scout belt. None of that. And there was one guy, Sybil, who was an Eagle Scout. That's that's like the lieutenant of Boy Scouts. I was amazed. I had never seen an Eagle Scout. So shouts out to the Girl Scouts for hiring the first Black lady to head the Girl Scouts. Yeah. Now, with that being said, the cookie sales are going to be completely different. You know, you thought they were pushy before. You thought them moms were pushy before. You know what? Y'all better get my money. Because these cookies, let me tell y'all something. What?
Remember when we would get and we would get to the station, and we had one man whose daughter was a Girl Scout, and so Jay would talk about the fact that it was mafia.
Yeah.
It was a mafia related situation. The way we just found ourselves buying 200 boxes.
The cookies. We never got them. You never got these damn cookies. To this day, I ain't never seen them fucking cookies, you know. Let me tell you how I got cookies. I would go to the store and you see a Girl Scout out there, and let me tell this lady who's in charge of the Girl Scout, you need to make these cookies back big like they used to be back in the damn day, okay? Yeah, they like mints. They like these goddamn cookies are like mints. I want these cookies back big, okay? Damn it. I don't mind buying the cookies. I'll pay, and I don't mind waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But I want them. They like Tic Tacs, you know. What is her name? So we got to give her a shout out. What's her name?
It's Judith Batty.
Yeah, Miss Batty. Miss Batty. Miss Batty, we want these damn cookies back big, okay? Yeah. And thin mints. Yeah, the thin mints. We want them the size of moon pies. That's what we want. We want them.
And Jay would talk about this, what a racket it was, and it was like the mafia. And he said,
"Oh my God.
Let me tell you about. We would have to buy like 200 boxes, and from a guy named Marty. And I don't know why you call them Girl Scout cookies, because I ain't never seen a Girl Scout selling. You see some grown ass person, you need to call them grown people cookies, because that's who be selling them. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. But congratulations to her for getting that job. Can you believe that? And the whole time they've had the Girl Scouts? I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. It was just, I was a Girl Scout for a very short period of time, but but I cannot believe, who went very far in the Girl Scouts is our Jackie Reed.
Really? Oh, I can see that. I wasn't before the Brownies. I was a campfire girl too. I just want you.
Oh dear God. Thank you for coming on Thursday. That was fun, Jay. That was so
good. That was so good.
Everybody. I mean, just going all the way back. It was great with Dr. Rock and Kevin Woodson, whose job you took and made. It was.
Will you explain to people? Tom gave me the job. What was that? But I did a show today I did Trey Taylor's show early today, and we had Nikki Woods on talking about doing books and stuff like that. And she was saying there was never a dull moment. I mean, we would laugh so hard. And I was telling the story about the best times we had was when Tom would be in Florida, which meant he wasn't in Dallas.
Right.
And it was just people would walk around. I mean, there was so much laughing, and he would be in Dallas and he didn't know what the hell we were laughing at because he couldn't see us.
What you doing? What you talking about? What are you talking to?
We had so much fun, but that was
the lights down like club level.
Right. It was great. It was great. It was so much fun. Yeah.
But it was great having all those people on Thursday, and who is your best friend is George Wallace. George, when he comes on Thursday, he sells the hell out of your stuff. The loco, the nuts, the hot sauce, all of that stuff. He really, really.
George and I, a lot of people don't know. I guess have I told the story how George and I met? I think I did.
I think you have, but it always bears repeating.
So George is working. This one time when I was married. Anyway, I was on my third wife. Anyway, so we go see George, and she didn't really think he was funny, right? I'm like, Are you crazy? This man is a legend. We might break up after this, really.
Is that grounds for divorce?
No, but so after the show, I go up to him and I says, I have respect because he's much older than me. He really is.
Uh-huh.
You know, he was there when God said, "And let there be." When God said, "And let there be," Georgia, let it be what? And so I introduced myself to George and said I was moving to LA. And when I came to LA, let's hook up. So I moved to LA. I go to the Comedy Store where he's performing, and he comes off stage and he walks right by me. I say he does. I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but he didn't really recognize who I was. And he came back and we started talking, and we've been knowing each other about 30 years. So
Wow.
yeah.
Jay, when did you move and leave the suit business
Oh,
and
I
the
left
sewing
in
business?
probably
The tailor business,
I
I should
moved
say.
probably 89. Back in 89.
Wow.
I moved to
Wow.
LA. I drove out in a powder blue
Yeah.
brand new Escort all
Uh-huh.
the way across the country with all of my belongings. And the first day I got here, I go
And the
over,
sewing machine.
so I had
And
my machines and everything, right? And I get a friend of mine, Paul Clay, was working for Arsenio. He invited me over to come have lunch with him. And he introduced me to writing, and I get a job over at Arsenio's. And the
wow.
rest is history. It is. It really
Wow.
is. It
We
was a
got to get our
fantastic.
CEO on one day and
That
get
would
that
be so cool,
topic
man.
on. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
so cool to get him on.
Absolutely. A couple of things. I did want to make note that tomorrow is Walter Williams' birthday of the Mighty Mighty OJs, and so we want to wish.
Walter, wow.
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah.
Eddie lately?
I have not.
Oh
No.
man, his hair is all white, his beard is white. Yes.
Oh, the
Completely
COVID.
white. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Walter
quarantine
Walter is the not the friendliest OJ.
but he is a
That's Eric.
talent.
That's Eric. I'm in the OJ. So if you bring, there's Eric. Hey, I'm in the OJ. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, all right,
That's
good,
his
yeah.
nickname.
That's Eric, and then there's Walter. You just okay, Walter. I'm not gonna, And then there's Eddie. Yeah, 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 yeah. So
The
one of the
cousin
greatest. But you
OJ.
know what's so cool about that is that working for Tom, that's how
Yeah,
that's how we got to hang out with the
yeah.
OJs and the Manhattans and the Temptations and
And
Shaka Khan and Diana Ross.
come on,
It was
Uncle Charlie.
unbelievable. I never thought that you would meet these people,
No,
and to
no.
know them on the first name. Because I always say a friend of mine in the show business is
Right,
somebody who recognized me. If
right,
you
right,
recognize me, then when I see people, I say, yeah, Eddie Levert is my friend.
right.
So just the way I do it. But it's just great. Happy birthday to you, Eddie. Happy birthday, man.
That's Walter.
Walter, happy birthday.
But
See, there I go again. He's going to be mad about that, right?
he
Happy
will.
birthday, Walter. Happy birthday, man.
But what a great group of guys. Happy birthday
Yeah,
to him.
real good
And
guys. Yeah.
and so before we get to your song, tell people what's going on and what you're selling, what you're pushing, where we should
First
look
of
for
all,
you.
you want to go to hotterdanthamofo.com to order my hot sauce, peach and pepper, cayenne, habanero, garlic, the flaming hot flavor, hotter than a mofo. It's very hot. And we just introduced a flavor hot popcorn, spicy popcorn that's really this cheesy buffalo wings popcorn that you can order. And last but not least, my nuts. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but if you're gonna
Just,
order
just
something, make
you
sure you try my
order.
nuts. Yeah. Have
Okay.
you tried my nuts? Simple.
No, I have not tried your nuts.
I can send you some, and then you can.
If your nuts travel, yes, then I would
My
like
nuts
some.
travel well. It's amazing. They hold up
I do.
as they travel. Yeah.
And for a man your age, okay, all right.
Now, here's the thing about my nuts. They're very hot. They are very hot. My nuts are very hot. And I think the shipment that I got this is hotter than the last shipment.
Ooh.
But you can't stop eating my nuts. It's amazing. Once you start eating these nuts, you're like, these nuts are good. So I want to make sure you get some of my nuts so you can
It's so,
try
as the
them.
Latin lover would say, so hot.
Yes, they're that hot. But the big news is
Yes,
September 2nd, David and
yes.
Tamala Man.
That's
And
next
let me
week.
get next
That's
week. Let
next
me get the
week.
names right. It's next week. I'm so excited, man. I can't. I just can't Can I find the names? I
Assistant
gotta
living
find
is
the names
the name of
because
the show.
I gotta find the names.
David Mann, Tamala Mann, Naeem.
Oh, you
From the
got them there.
no, just thinking of the names.
No, I don't have them.
No, I have them here. I have them here.
Okay, David Man, Templar Man. Hold on, Sybil, don't go
He
nowhere.
has it right
Okay,
there
David
before him.
Man, Tamla Man, Taylor Bucks, Alex Henderson, Naheem Lynn, and Courtney Nichols. We all put the show together, Mr. Tyler Perry show called Assisted Living. It was so much fun working with David Man and Mr.
You guys
Brown.
have great chemistry. You guys
Oh
have
my
great,
God. It
great
was
chemistry.
like it was from day one, like the first 7 or 8 episodes, their character doesn't show up. So it's just me and the family. The premise of
Mhm.
the show is my wife dies, leave me some money to give to my grandson. Of course I don't do this. I take the money and I buy a retirement home. I got a fake prosthetic hand that you can see that hand is the first time you see that hand, you know that hand. But I have it because if I have this hook on my hand, I get
Uh-huh.
more money for disability. So,
Oh, gotcha. Okay, it's
but
always
anyway, it
one
was a lot of
person.
fun. I think people are going to like it. I'm sure they are
And
because
it's
we
on
all need to laugh.
BET
BET, Tyler Perry, Mr. Tyler Perry production. We did
after
25
Luther
shows right
Brown's,
after
right?
House of Pain. Right.
House of Pain. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next Tuesday, September
Next
2nd.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Set your VCRs.
Dollars.
Set
Yes.
your,
Yes. Yes.
set your VCRs.
Jay, you put it out there. You put your nuts out there, and now the people want to know, how do we get your nuts?
Go to hotterthanamofo.com. Hotterthanamofo.com. Mofo stands for Mother's Food.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yes. Go to hotterthanamofo.com to order my nuts, my hot sauce,
The
and some other
popcorn.
stuff. And the popcorn, we'll be putting the popcorn up and we'll get it out to you right away. Peach and pepper, garlic, habanero, cayenne, the hot flavor, hotter than a mofo. And are we out of time now? We're not out of time, right?
We're just I want to give you enough time to play your song.
No, I'm going to sing it a cappella.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay.
So I
That's
want you to set it up first. Donald
okay.
Trump had to pay Stormy Daniels $40,000. So you do that, and then I'm going to do the song. So
All right.
in the
So
news this week, set it
mhm.
up like that. Go ahead.
In the news this week, Donald Trump was told to pay his former lover, stripper Stormy Daniels, $130,000.
So you know what that means. Pay your hoe, pay your hoe. You got to pay your hoe. Pay your hoe, pay your hoe. You got to pay. You got to pay. You got to pay your hoe. All right, Sybil, I see. You're gonna be saying that. You're gonna be saying that. Let's
I
go.
know. It's going to be here.
Bye, Sybil. Stop it.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank
We'll
you,
see
baby.
All right. Good luck. We'll see
Bye.
Stop. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. And please go to What You Need to Know newsletter and subscribe. Go to sybilwilkes.com. And we would appreciate that. Also, we've got a couple of other projects. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, and you'll see our shows In Bed with Sybil and Friends, as well as the What You Need to Know headlines here. And we have some other things coming too. So please stick with us. And don't forget, it makes a wonderful gift for those who like to be in the know. Have a good one, you guys. See you tomorrow.